Hi class, in this video we're going to be talking about parallel lines and perpendicular lines. So let's start by talking about parallel lines. Parallel lines are always the same distance apart. So here I have a red line and a blue line. Notice that if I start from the left side here, my lines are 4 centimeters apart. But as I continue to move towards the right side, they are still the same distance apart. Hence, parallel lines are lines that never cross, they run in the same direction, and they are always the same distance apart. Okay, another important aspect of parallel lines are the arrows. So the arrows indicate that the lines that have the same arrow are parallel. And then when we have double arrows, that just happens when we have a shape that have more than one set of parallel lines. So we'll go over some shapes and use them as examples to showcase what that means. So here I have three shapes: a trapezoid, a parallelogram, and a rectangle. Notice that for the first shape, the trapezoid, the top line and the bottom line are parallel to each other because they are the same distance apart and they go in the same direction. So we use an arrow key to indicate that they are parallel. Now for a parallelogram, we notice that the top line and the bottom line are also parallel. So we use a arrow to represent that they are parallel. However, for the left and right side, the left side is parallel to the right side. However, if I use an arrow to represent them, that indicates that every line is parallel because they all have the same arrows. So what we have to do if we have more than one set of parallel lines is to use double arrows. So double arrows indicates that there are two sets of parallel lines. So now when I look at this, I can see that the top line and the bottom line are parallel to each other, and then the left line and the right line are also parallel to each other because they are the same distance apart. Now, for the rectangle, the top line and the bottom line are parallel, so we use the arrow key here, and then the left side and the right side are also parallel, so we're going to use double arrows so we don't confuse ourselves, and that means now I have two sets of parallel lines for my rectangle. Now for perpendicular lines, they are lines that meet and form a right angle, and the right angle is represented using a little square, and it means exactly 90 degrees. So anytime someone mentions perpendicular lines, they form a square or right angle, and that means they have exactly 90 degrees between them.